more to your experience as a player. With respect to the academic requirements that NCAA requires of players, particularly with football, we know most players aren't going to become NFL athletes, but their requirements are much below college readiness standards. So how do you think the NCAA should balance its role as an NFL minor league with making sure these young men graduate prepared to have meaningful careers off the field?
Softball.
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's one that's softball. That's one that's actually near and dear to my heart. That's a big topic right now in our sport, and I look at that, and we were talking again with a group earlier. We were talking about what happened with the Ed O'Bannon case, and the fact that we're going to find now that some of these players are going to be able to, based off their name and likeness, they're going to be able to get up to $5,000 over 4 or 5 years and have a fund that's created for them when they get out of school. And I think that's great. There's talk you hear cost of attendance, where we might pay these student athletes up to whatever it is, $1,500 a month. And while I think that's great, I've never been one to pound my fist on the desk and say these players need to be paid. My dad played at Ohio State back in 1960. He was a captain there, and he got what they called laundry money, which is about $40 or $50 a month. And it's just basically to have a little bit of money in your pocket. And so I'm okay. I think that's great. But I just think sometimes we're missing the point. I think there's just a fundamental lack of awareness on what the opportunity that's being afforded to these players really is. I think that we're focusing on paying them and cost of attendance when the entire system needs to be blown up. I think if you follow recruiting, he said earlier, all these recruits, it's almost become a season within a season where you follow, hey, we got this 5-star and this 4-star. I challenge you to go back and look at Florida State or Georgia or Ohio State or Florida State, whoever it is. Go look at the last 10 years of their recruiting classes and look at the 25 kids that they signed and find out how many of those kids actually make it and contribute and become starters, and look at how many of them don't. A great class would be 12 or 13. That's an outstanding class out of 25. In many cases, it's 8 or 9. So my point is, what's happening to these other kids? Because whether you like it to hear it or not, every kid that signs at a school like Florida or Ohio State or Texas or Oklahoma or Florida State, a big-time program, every single one of them, before they start their career, they don't think they're going to the NFL. They know they're going to the NFL. They know that they're going to be a first-round pick. They know they're going to be worth millions of dollars. And I get back to my point about how many of them actually make it. Very few. So I think we're doing a disservice to these players. We're doing a disservice in the system that we've created because we're talking about paying them when we need to be talking to them about the importance, and you have to do it before they become too cool. They become too cool once everybody labels them a 4-star or 5-star. Then they're done listening. You carry no weight because I'm going to the league. So to tell an 18-year-old that's already made it in high school football, hey, you really need to study, they're not gonna listen to you. What I'm trying to say is we need to start earlier, and we need to get these kids to really understand, whether it's people like myself who didn't play in the NFL but went on to have a career, whoever it might be that's experienced college athletics, teach them the value of, hey man, I had those same dreams. I thought I was going to the league. I knew I was going to go to the league, but it didn't happen. You got to make sure that you do whatever it takes to get yourself ready to go. So I'd love to be a part of that. If they create a board or if they create a kind of a speakers bureau to go around and talk to kids about that, because I think you have to have a position of power and influence to be able to reach some of these kids. And I don't underestimate the position that ESPN's afforded me and given me that opportunity. And every time I do talk to kids that are in high school or college, I talk to them about this very subject, more so than playing football. I talk to them about this, because I think this is really, really important. So whether they make that NFL career a reality or they don't, that they have something else that they can continue to live their life and something to be excited about. Because all these kids, man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. They put all their chips in the middle of the table on an NFL career. And when they make it, it's great. Everybody celebrates them. And when they don't, they go back home and they're on the corner. And that's tragic, and we have to end that somehow.
You're also talking in some regard about creating a way to show those kids that they have a platform that they can build off of that may not necessarily include football, or they can include something beyond football. Is that something that has to happen within the universities, or something that's outside of the university, outside the NCAA, outside of college football?
Well, I think the way it's set up right now, it's really up to the coach. Urban Meyer. We get a boo out of that? I was waiting for the boo. Urban Meyer's created something up at Ohio State where on Wednesdays in the off season he'll bring in somebody that's a banker or a lawyer or somebody that's in sales or whatever it might be, and he comes in and talks to the players about whatever they specialize in.